Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to another Apex Legends video as Season 5 has just landed and has brought with it a whopping 25 changes with, some small additions like Loba, the brand new legend, in-game quests and so much more. So this video is going to be your one-stop shop to everything you need to know in Apex Legends Season 5. And I'd also like to say a massive thank you to EA for sponsoring this video. But without further ado, let's get into the brand new changes to Apex Legends for Season 5, Fortune's Favor. I actually want to start this video with a new feature in Season 5, which I think is game-changing and every Battle Royale should have this, and that's a feature called Reconnect. There is nothing more frustrating to not just yourself, but your friends when you unexpectedly get disconnected from a match, like your game crashing out or your internet cutting out. But with the new Reconnect feature, when you reboot the game, all you have to do is go into the lobby and Apex Legends will automatically attempt to reconnect you to your match if it's still valid and your squad is still alive. This is especially useful because when you get into the higher levels in ranked, every game, every death and kill matters. And I know having the ability to rejoin your game in progress is something everyone has wanted for a long time. So it's amazing to see that Respawn have added this into the game. For those of you wondering how it works, is in-game it'll look like you've just stopped playing, but an icon will appear next to your name to show that you've been disconnected. And yes, you can still be killed by enemies when you're in this state. To everyone else, it's like nothing has happened, but it gives you the opportunity to get back into the game, into the fight, and still have a chance of picking up that win. So next, we have one of the biggest talking points of every new season of Apex Legends, and that is, of course, the new legend, Loba. Now, in the build-up to Season 5, we got probably another one of the coolest build-ups to a new season, filling in even more of the story between Loba and Revenant. But from what we've seen from Loba, she is going to be an incredibly mobile character with some very powerful abilities that could definitely see her placed highly in the Legends ranking list. Her tactical ability is called Burglar's Best Friend, which allows her to teleport to hard-to-reach places or escape trouble quickly by throwing your jump drive bracelet. Now, this does have a 30-second cooldown, so you won't be able to use it a ton, similar to Pathfinder's grapple, but you can throw it up to 70 meters, so you can get some proper distance. Though there are some things to keep in mind when using it. It does have some travel time, and you can also press right trigger whilst it's in the air to make it go straight to the ground to trigger the teleport earlier if you wish to do so. This can be very useful if you see a situation change after you've thrown your bracelet. Then her ultimate ability is called Black Market Boutique, which allows you to place down a portable device that teleports nearby loot to your inventory. Each friendly and enemy player can take 2 items from it. This is going to be incredible for when you either spawn teammates back into the game and they need loot, as you won't need to run around like a madman trying to find any sort of gun that you can get your hands on, especially if you can't get back to your death box, or if you use it in one of the busier locations on the map that has a lot of loot. Then her passive ability is called Eye for Quality, which allows you to see nearby epic and legendary loot through walls. And the range of this is the exact same as Loba's ultimate, so a highly skilled Loba that communicates with her team well could make all the difference in helping you to gear your team early, as well as give her a slight edge on hot drops. Though, if I'm completely honest, Loba can't have all the limelight, as she isn't going to be the only character that feels like a new legend, because in Apex Legends Season 5, Mirage has had a bit of a rework, which I'm super excited for. Now, first of all, with Mirage's tactical psych out, you now have the ability to gain control of the decoy, and when you're controlling the decoy, it will mimic Mirage's every move, so will be far more likely to bamboozle an opponent, and they also now last for 60 seconds, so should definitely help in a team fight. His ultimate is now called Life of the Party, where you deploy an entire team of decoys that now mimic your every move. Honestly, this is going to allow you to get out of so many tricky situations or be able to push enemy squads so much easier, because it's far harder to tell who the real Mirage is, which is exactly how he should have been from the start, which is amazing to see. And that's not all. Yes, you still cloak when you get down to get somewhere safe, but you can now also cloak whilst using a respawn beacon or when you're reviving a teammate, making Mirage the ultimate team player. I'm personally super excited to see how Mirage plays in Season 5 because he's definitely one of the funniest legends in the game and was sadly pretty awful in the meta, if we're being nice. So hopefully these changes make him a better legend to use, which by the sounds of it, they will. So do make sure to let me know if you're going to be maining Mirage in the new season because of the changes. As you all probably know, Skull Town is now gone. It's been destroyed. Thunderdome is also gone, but I'm just sad about the Skull Town hot drop, which has been my go-to since Season 0 on Kings Canyon, is now gone. But we now have a new location called Salvage, which has been added to the Broken Coast. And to be perfectly honest, the whole southwest part of the map feels completely different. It's probably going to lead to players being spread out around the map a little bit more, rather than them just all dropping at Skull Town, which is only going to be a good thing. Another one of the big additions to Apex Legends for Season 5 are the brand new season quests, which is described as a season-long search for 9 pieces of a mysterious relic. To get started, you can find treasure packs daily in duos, trios, and ranked matches. You'll need to collect 5 packs to begin your hunt, with there being new hunts every single week throughout Season 5. Every hunt you complete, you'll earn a new weapon charm, a piece of the mysterious artifact, as well as the next chapter of the story in the Broken Ghost. Personally, I'm quite excited to see where these quests go and how they link into the game's overarching story, and whether it gives us any hints towards any content coming in the future. Another one of the game's brand new features, which you're going to have to definitely take advantage of to help you get even more wins in Apex Legends Season 5, is the brand new charge towers. What you can do is activate them, and if you're standing on the platform when the charge blast goes off, you'll instantly get your ultimate, and we all know how much an ult can swing a team fight in Apex Legends, so make sure to have your entire team on the platform so you all have your ultimates for your next fight. If you go for one at the start of the game with loba, you can actually get yourself some pretty good loot very quickly until people start figuring out that strategy. And then everyone's going to do it. Also, for those of you wondering, this season's gold weapons are the Longbow, Hemlock, Spitfire, Eva 8, and the RE45. Now it's time for my personal favorite changes with every new season, and that's all the balance changes from Legends to weapons. Because honestly, these are the things that you should always try to pay the most attention to, because there are always changes that affect the meta and things you can start taking advantage of straight away to help you win as many games as possible. First of all, Bloodhound has once again got another buff, with his Eye of the Allfather having his sonar detection increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds, and decreasing the cooldown from 35 seconds to 25 seconds. So you're going to be able to use this to help find enemy players a lot more often, which is going to be perfect for more aggressive playstyles. Crypto got a small buff with his drone, where he can now ping banners to warn his teammates of nearby enemy squads, because before, a Crypto would have to verbally communicate with his team to say there's 2 enemy squads nearby. Then, lifeline loot bins around the map have been increased to 20%, and you can no longer get knockdown shields from the secret compartment, which I think we're all going to be thankful for. But in more important news, Caustic is no longer going to be such a toxic teammate to have, because friendly gas will no longer slow you down. I cannot tell you how happy this makes me, because you can actually run through it. Before, when one of my friends played as Caustic, you'd get hindered so much in a team fight by your own gas, it could cost you the game. But on the downside, Caustic traps can no longer be triggered through a door, but it's a big change for anyone that plays with a Caustic, which I'm especially happy about. No more friendly gas. Octane also had a fairly big buff to his jump pad, with the cooldown being reduced to 60 seconds from 90, and then my boy Gibraltar has got a nerf, with his dome shield duration now only lasting 12 seconds, which is down from 18, which is going to make it much harder to get reses off and get your team fully healed when you're pinned down by an enemy squad. But it was interesting to see on the designer notes that it showed that Gibraltar's performance in individual fights is in a good place, but he was a bit too powerful in team fights because of that extra survivability that his dome shield provided his team. And the biggest nerf in Season 5 is the Pathfinder, which I honestly think is going to make him a legend that not many people will really use as much, as his grappling hook cooldown has been increased by an insane 20 seconds to be a 35-second cooldown, which I personally feel is too long, but is definitely going to stop him being able to get out of trouble so much and will definitely be costly if you miss your grapple. Interestingly, the Mastiff has gone a similar route to the L-Star and is no longer a legendary weapon and has been drastically nerfed because of it. Now, it deals 13 damage a pellet compared to 18. The headshot multiplier is now 1.25 down from 2. The only thing they buffed with this thing is that it now has 6 shells compared to 4, but it'll be interesting to see how it performs in game. But they did this because the Peacekeeper, like the Devotion before, has become the new legendary shotgun, with it being made even more powerful. Yeah, that can happen. The Peacekeeper now has the faster fire rate, it's got a tighter pellet spread, it's even got a larger projectile size to make sure you land more shots at close range. The Peacekeeper is going to be an absolute beast if you manage to get it out of a care package. The alternator has been buffed, with you now having 19 bullets straight away, with the level 3 mag giving you 27. The RE45 got a small damage buff, with it now doing 12 damage a bullet, up from 11. The Havoc was probably a little bit too powerful in the last season, with it having almost no recoil, so its recoil has been increased across the board. The Longbow and Wingman both had its headshot multiplier reduced a little bit, but that's because the Skull Piercer is back. Everyone's favorite hop-up has returned to make the Wingman and Longbow great again, though it's not going to be as big a damage increase as in the past, but it's still going to make it a beast if you land those headshots, with you getting a 2.5 headshot multiplier with the Longbow and a 2.25 multiplier with the Wingman. And because Skull Piercer is back, the Anvil Receiver has been vaulted, which, if I'm honest, I'm not too sad about. Then finally, the last big change to Apex Legends for Season 5 is with gold armor. Fast heal is no more, but it's been replaced with shield cells and syringes, giving you double the amount per use instead. And that's still awesome with Lifeline, but will make shield cells more powerful than batteries, especially with Lifeline, but is definitely something to be aware of. And as always, with any new season, there's a brand new battle pass, which is filled with loads of new skins and charms, which you're going to love if you like gold. And importantly, for level 100, a reactive camo Wingman. But there we have it, everything new to Apex Legends with Season 5. Make sure to let me know what you think of the new update down in the comments below, and whether you'll be maining Loba or Mirage for this season, as I think it's going to be really interesting to see how both those legends now perform. And if you think the Pathfinder nerf was a bit harsh, let me know. But I can't wait to play this season. Subscribe if you're new for more Apex Legends Season 5 content, and I'll see you next time. Bye!